What is amplified identity coaching? What is life coaching? And what am I doing here? After 25 years in the spa industry and listening to other people's stories, I found a lot of through lines. I've had a lot of experience in different entrepreneurial ventures, and I've felt that loneliness of feeling like you're really accomplished in so many ways, but that people still don't understand you, or feeling like you've never done enough. And now that you've accomplished this thing, we've got to move on to something else. I had these feelings before. Back in 2002, I had competed in fitness and figure and got second in the state, but that was second, not first. And so these feelings that followed me throughout of never quite good enough, watching these show up in other people who I thought were extremely accomplished and that I was often intimidated by. In the spa world, I have people coming to me that had incomes that were vastly higher than me, had accomplished so much more in my eyes than what I thought I had. And yet there was still a lack, a hole somewhere in their lives that they were also trying to fill. And so after years and years of hearing these stories, and then my own ventures as well, I spent time in therapy, the talk therapy, hypnotherapy, EMDR, reading every book I could find on trauma and self-help and mindset and making everything better. And then the podcasts and whatever else I could consume to try to make my brain believe that all of these things I saw in other people were possible for me too. And I just never quite found the answers for myself. And I had accomplished a lot. In addition to my spa business that I had built with massage therapy and aesthetics, I became a voice actor. And I studied under one of the top trainers in the world and was able to achieve national ads as well as the lead female character in a Terminator video game. I mean, these are big accomplishments, but yet there was always something telling me, not you, you're not enough. And so as I did this work on myself, and I was talking to other people and sharing that in my office and wherever it may be with my friends, here's this book that I read, and here's something else that I found that I really had a love for this, for sharing all of this. And as I did further and further work, I came upon my friend Eden Holt with the connection effect and learned her method of the root and rise method. And this is something that really changed things for me. There are tools that we use that will help your brain and body to actually believe the things you've been telling it. You can do affirmations all day in the mirror about how great you are and how wonderful everything is until you're blue in the face, but it doesn't matter. If your brain doesn't believe it, if it can't see that possibility, it's going to keep finding that safe space that holds you back. Your brain wants to keep you safe. And when it's right, it's safe. So all of these things that have happened to you before, all of those patterns that you have repeated that get you into that same place over and over again, let your brain know it was right. You were right. You can't do these things. So we have to actually change that ability for your brain to see these things. We do this through shadow work, other techniques and tools. So we don't try to gloss over the darker parts of ourselves. That's what shadow work is. We're going to get in there and find those stories that have been stuck there with you forever and figure out how to use those because they are real. So we'll figure out how to use those to move forward. This is different for every person, and yet there are techniques we will always use. Again, going back to my massage therapy career, this is similar. I was trained in certain techniques that I may use a variation of on each person in my office. I was trained to be able to virtually see with my hands and learn to observe those movements in people and how they are each different, but how the tools I have learned can help all of them. And then when it's not right, you refer it out. So who this is not for This is not therapy. This is also not your typical coaching, rah-rah, cheerleadery, make you think that everything is great, because it's not. Things still happen in life. There are still very real obstacles that you will run into, but this is about the tools to get through them. Much like if you were working in the gym, you will find that the first time that you pick up a 15 or 20 pound weight, it feels heavy, it's hard, but you may have a personal trainer there to say, okay, here's how you do this in the most effective way until that isn't so heavy to carry anymore. And then you move up, and then you move up. So this is a similar practice in life coaching. And I had a big problem with the term life coaching whenever I started this. I'll be honest. It was a little embarrassing. I didn't want people to think that I was some Tony Robbins, make your bed and rah rah, and we're all going to just live happily ever after, because it's not. Life is real. Life can be hard. But we can also put the tools, the systems, and all of those things in place to give you that ease that you've been searching for, to help you find your own voice. It took me years of searching and work and deep diving and hundreds of books and podcasts that I have gained and consumed over the years that I can now use to help other people move forward. And I love that. I've been able to speak at entrepreneurial conferences and MC different events and help people. And in my office, whenever I've been helping people one-on-one over the years, but I couldn't really call out things like I needed to because I wasn't their accountability partner. I was in a spa. I was a massage therapist or an esthetician or maybe a teacher in some way, but it wasn't my job necessarily to hold them accountable to those life skills they were working on. Now it is. So I'm moving forward with amplified identity coaching. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're quieting the noise around you to help you hear your own voice again. It's there. It's been there. And we'll look for times when it was more familiar, when maybe you did hear yourself. And we'll figure out what noise has gotten in the way. You have the answers, and we have the tools. Those things together can move you forward to where you want to be. Everybody's goals may be different. I've worked with retired military or people in transition in their job, or maybe sometimes people who are just looking to be creative again for the sake of creating. Whatever that thing is for you, we can help you get there. And that's what I'm really excited about. I feel like for the first time, I have finally found my voice in all of the noise. And so I'm here to help you find yours. Consultations are free. You can schedule on the website and reach out to me with any further questions, because you do deserve to hear your own voice again.